Every B2B business or early stage startup generally needs to start with cold outreach. So today I want to talk about some cold outreach strategies that will actually work because I think most of us will kind of jump into this without really thinking about the system or the process or what it really takes to get someone interested in your business. Your very first step when you're doing cold outreach is to try to get familiar with not only who your ICP is, but once you've actually identified that ideal customer profile, take a look at those individuals and try to be able to personalize your outreach approach. So I'm going to start in LinkedIn because it's just a treasure trove of data. I'm actually going to start building my ideal customer profile inside a Sales Navigator. I'm going to use the Save Search functionality, and I'm going to literally go in there and start searching by companies, by roles and positions, maybe geography. And then I'm going to look at the list of profiles it gives me. And by scanning that, I can quickly start to see the patterns and be able to verify that those are the actual people that I think will be interested in my product and potentially be the people who will buy my product. So it gives me an interactive dynamic tool. So as I'm building that filter, I can see that I'm honing in on my ICP. Then I'm going to take that list once I'm comfortable with it and I have it saved as a search. I'm going to give that saved search to a virtual assistant to start to do my outreach. And I'm going to equip that virtual assistant with two things. One, access to that saved search. So dynamically, as people enter into that filter, I will have fresh people to always outreach to. And then I'm going to give a very specific outreach script. And usually this is only two messages, kind of an initial message and then a second follow-up message if I don't get a response. And so that's what I'm going to have that virtual assistant do in order to scale what I'm doing in this outreach process. The other thing that's really important is I'm looking through that and I'm building this saved search is I want to only look at those people, ICPs, the profiles that are active on LinkedIn. If they're not active on LinkedIn, then there's no point in campaigning or using LinkedIn as part of the outreach for those particular people. And then the last kind of part of this initial phase of using LinkedIn is I also want to follow each of those profiles and start to engage under their activity. So again, this is why it's important to only bring in people and engage with them, do outreach through LinkedIn on people that are actually active, posting and commenting in LinkedIn. The next step after you've kind of gone into LinkedIn and really honed in on who those ICPs are and developed your dynamic list in there under Save Search, the next thing, of course, is along with the outreach you're doing on LinkedIn, you want to go alongside of that with an email campaign and more traditional email outreach. And this is where most founders and early stage startups with just cold email, by using and leveraging LinkedIn and warming that up and doing the outreach there, it's going to make your email campaign a lot more effective. The other thing to consider as you start to build out that email campaign is if you did see some really strong ICPs in your LinkedIn research, but they're not active in LinkedIn, again, don't try to kind of go outreach through LinkedIn. They're never going to see it anyway. Just make sure you kind of identify that, maybe even put them in a separate segment inside of that email campaign, and it'll give you another approach to getting to them. Email is certainly going to be one of your top producing sort of outreach mechanisms. And then the other thing is all of that research that you did inside of LinkedIn, and it could be segmenting or it could be as detailed, and I really advocate this, as every single individual profile, using that research to highly personalize that first email. So if you're just starting up, I'd maybe grab 50 of these as you're trying to figure out what's working and what's not. And that first 50 emails, I would write by hand and then bring my sequences, which we'll talk about next, behind that first email, and you'll have a lot more success. And then once you've done those 50, you'll understand what's working, and then you can start to scale that to a larger email campaign from there. Next, you're going to run a sequence. I always say never just send one email because it will either get ignored, get missed, or a lot of times they'll actually see it and they'll just kind of set it aside for follow-up and they'll forget about it. So sequences are super important. You don't want to make them long and complicated. Couple sentences are fine. Think about sending an email to a colleague, a professional colleague, to try to get their attention. It's a great way to kind of write those emails. Again, 2 or 3 sentences max. Make it about them. And these first couple of sequences, I never try to pitch anything. I'm always making it about them, trying to understand their situation, their objectives, their pain points. Again, make it all about them. The other thing that I see as a common mistake is you don't have to say everything. We're starting a conversation ideally. And so just again, limit yourself to a couple of sentences and just try to get that conversation started. I often think about going to a conference and doing a networking event and like, what are those couple sentences that I say to that stranger to kind of try to get the conversation started? Go ahead and do that inside of email. You want to sort of dangle the bait. That's kind of the other analogy here. You want to dangle the bait, and then hopefully they'll come back with something that is a response that allows you to set the hook, right? Because they're going to come back with a response that's going to give you some insight as to where their mindset is. And again, just to reinforce, 2 to 3 emails max. We don't want to campaign on these people forever in the context of this initial outreach sequence. And then in those 2 or 3 emails, maybe try a couple of different teasers. And then the most important thing that you need to remember whenever you're running any LinkedIn outreach or email sequence, answer every single email, even the negative ones. Just let them know that there was a human behind there, even if they're angry. Even the angry ones, you can say, hey, obviously missed the mark. Have a great day. Again, being positive, but answer every single email. The next step as you're building these out is always, and again, this goes for your LinkedIn outreach as well as what you're doing with your email campaigns, always think about how can I give this person some value? How can I show that I'm personally interested in their individual situation? A couple things that I like to use, personal video. That's always a slam dunk. If you can give some sort of little demo or insight or show that you did some research and convert that to video, I think that's a fabulous way to do it. Loom and some other technology platforms make this really easy to do. Custom analysis, depending on what your product is or what you're outreaching, if you can do something that sort of custom analyzes their situation and sort of helps them understand that you've done some research and you have some unique insights, that's again a power move. Offer a little free work. Again, you don't have to do the work. You could say, hey, I'd love to do this for you. I've had some success with other people like you. Free work often gets a positive response. And then, of course, I can't reinforce this enough. Every single email that you write, every single LinkedIn outreach or message that you build, make it about them. And then what you get from it will come later. Like I said earlier, we only want this initial outreach to be 2 to 3 messages, nothing more than that. But I didn't say not to revisit that list over time. The way I like to revisit it is not to just kind of do this huge set it and forget it campaign, cadence, sequence, whatever you want to call it. Instead, I like to make that revisit a very personal revisit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to queue these up. They'll come up to me in a batch. I'm going to literally go back to each and every one of their LinkedIn profiles. They're going to see that I visited their profiles, and I'll do this maybe every few months. I'm going to try to find something personal, maybe something's changed in that profile. And then I'm going to highlight that either in a message to LinkedIn or a very personalized email to revisit them. And that selection is usually based on whatever kind of worked or got me the best response the first time. Or if I got nothing, I might do both. So again, cold outreach is always a first move for any emerging startup or new founder. So I encourage you, if you like this type of very actionable and practical information, it helps our little tiny channel get up there and get in front of people like you by just hitting that subscribe button. And that'll ensure that you continue to see all these little tips and tricks along the way so that you in your founder journey or this early stage of your startup will accelerate faster.